about to go down.
It's lovely pass, and here he turns cleverly. Can he find a finish? Oh, he can!
Skilled by Joshua, and a return right hand. Good counter right. Bullen is hurt. Second right hand. That clipped him as well. Now he goes in for the kill.
Well, Ricciardo is inching into the lead, and Ricciardo that win the Italian Grand Prix!
Iguodala running the floor.
Still leading the way with Canada in there too, with the Netherlands.
And Musa makes it 4 goals in 2 World Cup matches.
The Monaco Grand Prix! Ricciardo triumphant in Monza.
Through Bowden, Barrett, and an early touch and an excellent.
Sports Orbit. We make the world go round.
Hello viewers out there, you're welcome to Sports Orbit, reaching from Leadership TV. My name is Afa Acho. Salifu Usman is right here with me. Salifu, welcome to Sports Orbit.
Thank you, Afa.
Right straight away, we begin from the WAFU B U17 Tournament, where the Golden Eaglets of Nigeria defeated Togo to reach the semi-finals. Nigeria reached the semi-finals of the ongoing WAFU B U17 Championship in Cape Coast, Ghana, on Tuesday after a 3-1 defeat of Togo's junior Sparrow Hawks. Handed Ugbade's worth 6 maximum points from 2 matches in a 3-team pool. Host Ghana, who received a 4-2 plastering by 5-time world champions Nigeria on the opening day, can now not earn more than 3 points with their only remaining game against the Togolese on Friday. So good one coming from the WAFU B U17. Recall that not too long ago, the WAFU B U20 led by Ladamboso also triumph, winning the competition, and now their younger ones are also in the semi-final, hoping to replicate what the under-20 also did. But I mean, kudos to Ndukwa Igbade. When it comes to youth development as a coach, he's always shown that he's the right man to do the job.
Yes. Ndukwa Igbade has once again proved that yes, he knows what is stake. And if you look at the coaching crew led by Ndukwa Igbade, also has Haruna Lelika, one of the best youth coaches in the city. And Haruna Lelika has been responsible for a whole lot of young players who have been discovered over the years. And with these two guys combined together as a youth coach of Golden Eaglets, I'm so hopeful that with what they are playing against Ghana and Togo, I'm hopeful that this team, this particular Golden Eaglets team we are seeing, with led by Ndukwa Igbade and Haruna Lelika, definitely this team will replicate what the like of Garba, Manu Garba, and Ndukwa Igbade and Manuel Monike achieved defeat in 2013 in United Arab Emirates with the World Cup. That is our for the fourth time, and at the same time, then 2 years later, Manuel Monike represented the same feat again in Chile. So I foresee Ndukwa Igbade's team achieving the same thing again, but if going by the way they are going, and Ndukwa Igbade is a very disciplined coach, very disciplined, and also a very tolerant. When you come to you, how he does it to get his team with young players, how he may go with young players, joke and play with a lot of it's something that is so special. Anytime I saw him, I admire him so much whenever he handles youthful teams, and he has proved over the years that yes, he's best for that level. And once again, he has also 2 matches, 7 goals, only 1 goal.
Exactly.
That's for starting.
Fantastic. I mean, so moving forward, do you see the Golden Eaglets going on to win the WAFU B? Even though we always say, well, such competitions are mainly developmental, but somehow winning might just be the icing on the cake, just like the under-20 did.
Yeah, it's a developmental event, but looking at by every standards, and I've said so far, beating Ghana 4-2.
Yeah.
Beating Ghana 4-2 and then beating Togo and 3-1. It clearly shows that yes, the team know what it means, and it clearly shows that from what they are performing so far, it clearly shows that when you are talking of the February, you can't rule out the Golden Eaglets. And I believe that I completely believe that Udo Kogbade will achieve nothing less than the trophy at this level. And probably, though this is not his target,
Yeah.
his ultimate target is to go to
World
go to
Cup.
the highest level and achieve the record. He has to progress from step by step. He has qualified for the semi-final. That means he as good as also may likely qualify for the African Youth African Under 17 Championship and then ultimately for the World Cup. So
Exactly.
I think go by their first two matches that have played so far. And at the same time, just like even him has also lamented that yes, it is not yet satisfied with the performance of his boy because Udiko Badi is somebody that we believe that is he want to achieve when he want to achieve it should be 100% achievement. So I think the team can go all the way winning this particular, not just win the particular one, even get to the World African Youth Championship, win it, and then go to the World Cup level, and also yes, excel it. I believe in this team.
Yeah. I mean, looking at both under 20, under 17, and for the fact that a new coach at the Super Eagles, don't you think it would be even nice if the coach is looking at some of these players to even find a way, because you can never say they are too young to get to the Eagles. We know players who break into, who start playing at senior level at 16, 17.
Yeah.
So I think if it should be a team that he should be even interested in their matches and take a look at them and see that, okay, maybe there are one, two players you could even bring, even as understudy to the senior boys to see, just to ensure that there's some form of continuity in the national team.
I think Jose Pesero is just coming in,
Yeah.
and if you look at what he has done so far, he's trying to work on what is on ground. He has not really exercised his authority by bringing his own players as a founding player. He needed time
Of
to
course.
experiment. He needed time to study. And by the way he's coming in, I think now he will now begin to look inward
Exactly.
and to try to build a team from own philosophy and the kind of pattern of the game he wants to play. So looking on the side of the young players and the young players, because the future of football belongs to the youth.
Yeah.
If you are talking of the Super Eagles, so those currently at those are 17 years, yeah, you may say, oh, they are just young boys, but there's nothing wrong if you feel anybody that is good enough. As for Tiwaka went to the World Cup at the age of 16.
Exactly.
That's 2006 when he went to the World Cup in Germany. Although he didn't play, but he was part of the team that went to the World
For
Cup.
Michael Owen.
Michael
Owen was 17.
Even Lionel Messi was also
Exactly.
when he break into the Argentina national team. So a whole lot of example that you can make up with. For instance, even in 2005, when the like of 2005, when the like of Mikel Obi, Taiwo, Chinedu Obasi, okay, and the rest of what when they excel at the Holland 2005 FIFA Under 20 World Cup, Mikel and Taiwo was dropped directly into the Super League immediately. And that's when they went to the Egypt, the Nether African Cup of Nations in Egypt. Taita was an integral part of that team in Egypt, as well as Mikel Obi. These two guys excel at the African Nations. Yesterday, even Mikel Obi scored a goal against Zimbabwe, and Taita will play all the matches from the left back the left back position. So football belongs to the youth, and at the youth level, if you are looking at the young player, there's nothing wrong if you see the young player who you feel can be part of the team, even though he's not coming to hold down the chain, but at least you can use him come in and to understand the team.
Anyway, that's for that, away from that now, but still talked about youth where 33 Nigerian young footballers are set to sign contracts with European clubs. And of course, Ejike Ogbuaja FC have announced that 33 of them are set to end professional contracts with European clubs following their selections at the just concluded Ejike Ogbuaja scouting program held in Abuja. The players were selected by the scouts from European clubs during the 5-day intensive scouting program organized by Ejike Ogbuaja FC. Well, I think a good one, if you ask me, that's on one hand of it. But on the other hand, now, I would have loved to know what countries these scouts are coming from, what European countries we are talking about here, because uh, I think we should be going to where we avoid situations where players go out to Europe and end up in all kinds of funny countries where they go there and before you know they go into complete extinction and you hear nothing of them again, there are so many examples like that. There are even some I know personally like that who went abroad like that, landed in some Eastern European countries until date. And some ended up coming back, but by the time they even go back, even to fit into the football system in Nigeria became a problem.
Well, borrowing from Amaju Pini, what he called Mushroom Room
Yeah.
Club, Mushroom country.
Mm.
You know, I think the Nigerian Football Federation still have a lot of work to do here. If you're managing the football, you should also be interested in what happens at the local level,
Sure.
at the grassroots.
Mm.
Because the desperations of Nigerian players, of the youthful, because of the economic situation in the country and a whole lot of things in the country, the desperations of average Nigerian player, average Nigerian youth, the moment you need how to kick ball, you need to kick to just kick a ball. Your intention, the next intention, you ask what is something I want to play in Europe, I want to play in Europe. Nobody wants to know I want to grow or learn to play for. Nobody tells I want to play for Eva or I want to play for Canopy, I want to play for so and so in Nigeria. What they'll say is, I want to play in Europe. But it has to take a gradual process. Yes, there's nothing. Yes, it is welcome development. If you see Nigerian players who are good, who go and play outside. But sometimes, just like you say, we have to be very, very careful on how we allow, we bring all those European scouts, the name of European scouts. Most of those scouts, they just say European.
Exactly.
But where you don't even know the identities and where they are coming from. Just coming to the country, and then before you know, I think the Nigerian Football Federation needs to regulate this. Need to do a lot of work here. Yet, Uzuku Igwaza is a very popular name. It's a name that is being associated with the basketball, but for his own introduction and what he said, if you read the list, Uzuku Igwaza and if you listen to his philosophy, Uzuku Igwaza has done a lot for Nigerian youth in terms of basketball. A whole lot he has developed a whole lot of basketball who have gone to play international basketball in UBA, in the US, college, NBA, some of them in the colleges in the US, and so on. A whole lot of players who have grown through his education Warrior Foundation. But he feel that, yes, according to him, that the same thing he does for basketball, there's a lot of gap in the football, and he need to give a lot of opportunities for the players who are also footballers. And that is why he formed Ijuku Advisor FC Football Club to give opportunity for the young players. So we commend him down, but we also encourage him, we commend him for doing that. But instead of trying to bring scouts and go to, why not? You should try as much as possible to also grow the club and let the club stabilize in the country. And by the time the club become stabilized in the country, nobody will question the status of the club. Nobody will ask where the club also. But the club can also, when the club, if nothing wrong with the club partner with the European club, and then get the player moved directly from here to the academic of the European club, it's a good one. But what we are saying, that let the process be normal. Let follow the due process to ensure that we shouldn't shoot our player being went outside to become a slave.
Yeah, I agree with you completely. Anyway, at this point, we'll go for a quick break. When we come back, Sport Orbit continues. Stay with us.
For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.
Sports Orbit. We make the world go round.
Welcome back from that short break. You're still on to Sport Orbit. Now on to basketball, where the recently inaugurated Interim Management Committee to oversee the development of youth basketball and domestic league has adjusted the dates for The National Under-19 Basketball Championship, initially slated to commence on June 15, 2022. The championship will now hold from July 27 to 30th, 2022, while the finals will come up on August 8 to 14, 2022. The IMC, in a statement signed by Mohammed Manga, Director of Press and Public Relations, Federal Ministry of Youth and Sports Development, said the shifting of the postponement became imperative to afford the committee ample opportunity to study and restructure the logistics and organizational arrangements for the successful hosting of the event and to ensure that states are adequately informed and prepared for full participation. To this end, top athletes and outstanding coaches selected from the championships will form the core of the national under-18 teams that will become between August 14 to 21 ahead of subsequent development programs aimed at promoting grassroots basketball in Nigeria. So for the IMC, looks like they are beginning to get to work. If that's what we say.
I quite if you look into the reason for the postponement, I agree with them. And this is sometimes the Minister of Youth and Sport they should try to when they are too hasty in taking a decision,
Exactly.
and at the end of the decision backfire. You know when you are trying to impress some people, you need to do your homework diligently well. If you know quite well that you are going to set up an independent management committee
And the competition is up
to be responsible
exactly.
for how to develop grassroots. If you have done that first, but not just you on your own, and now that you're going to be in competition.
When people are not even properly settled down to even get hold of what they are supposed to do.
So you announce the competition before you announce the competition before you now set up a committee to organize the competition. So if you are giving them the responsibility, you have allowed them the time. Let them come and then fix it. Now it's good that they discover that okay, it is so hasty and it's so something that this thing cannot hold. Now this is the second time they are postponing it. Initially it was initially scheduled to start on the 7th of July. They postponed to the 15th in additional 1 week. Now for another additional 1 week again. But we hope that there will be no another further postponement and show that the Nigerian players who have been home for a very long time will not be able to have opportunities to at least to skill up their skill again.
No, I mean completely. I mean it just only bodes well that the IMC will postpone because you give someone a job, he's yet to even settle down properly. And so if they hadn't postponed, imagine that trying to settle down and your first assignment will be to host this tournament. I'm sure the tournament, if it doesn't come down well, Nigerians will all be on their necks and all of that. So I think good one coming from them. We just hope that the IMC fulfills their mandate of grassroots basketball development and putting up a proper domestic league so that, like Chalku said, players can get back to doing what they know how to do. But still on basketball, where talking about Mark the Ball now, where 8 teams have progressed from round of 16 of the 2022 Mark the Ball Men's Basketball Championship arrived Abuja ahead of the Elite 8 finals scheduled to dunk off today at the Indoor Sports Hall of the Package B, MK Abiola Stadium, right here in Abuja. The 8 teams arrived side by side. Technical officials that have been mobilized to ensure the smooth and historic tournament that will showcase intense rivalry and the best of elite domestic basketball as never seen in Nigeria since 2017. So, I mean, for Mark the Ball, still continuing in the tradition of, being consistent with hosting of this. I think this is one of the few basketball tournaments that has been able to keep the players busy.
Not even if it's not even the only one.
The only one.
The only one.
Yeah, why I said few, maybe there might be 1 or 2 in other states that we are not aware, but this is the one that everybody. Yeah, exactly.
What is happening? That is all. I'm not trying to say to promote Mark the Ball or Mark Goshen, but this is all sport development. If you have an ambition to rule and to govern the sport, you should show something that you are willing to give. The women edition, the women version was held last year with successful organized. I think the final, if you were at the indoor sport on the final day, you will mistakenly that Edda Super Eagles is playing there. If it's not to say it's being happened at the basketball indoor sport, you mistake that. But even if it's only Super Eagles can commercials a crowd that come to win together that women final. And even the main background that I've started about 32 teams started this competition before they dropped it down to the 16th team now to the last year. And after that last year, then the following year, then the final team. So he has been consistent in holding this. And this basketball, for instance, I've kept the players since I've kept hold of players, they call it busy. And I even from what I've read, even from the round of 16, every player that features, not the club that pay you, the organizers of the competition will play every player immediately after the match 7,500 naira. Instantly, immediately you play, 7,500 naira will be credited to your account. That is different from what the club that bring you pay you, and that is different from what the prize money that the club is going to earn at the end of the day. So, and you know how this will go a long way to keep the player busy.
Of course.
And so we commend the match because this is an individual private organization. Is the one but only God know where he's getting his money, and only God know how much he has put into this project. But the good thing of it is that something is going on and something is happening, and everybody should be commended. To commend him for that.
Very well. I mean, something that needs to be commended. I mean, mark the ball year in, year out. They have never failed in the last how many years of ensuring that this tournament continues.
Thank you very much. This basketball has started since 2011. About 11 years when this program has been on
and has been sustained.
It's just holding in Abuja for the first time. It was always in Boko Benue, and it has been there for every year.
All right, way from that now to some international football, talking about the UEFA Nations League, where yesterday in that match between England and Hungary, well, it wasn't a good day for English football as they lost 4-0 to Hungary right there at home. And this is England's worst home defeat since in 94 years. And coming from Hungary, recall that last week during the first leg of the encounter where Hungary defeated them 1-0, it was the first time Hungary were defeating England in the last 16 years. And even though it was a UEFA Nations League football, they celebrated like they won something, not knowing that in the return leg, they even had more shocker for English side.
Well, it is not just for the English side, even for every average watcher who watched that match yesterday. It was a great shock. It's one of the greatest shocks in football. But at least, if one would have expected that England would lose at England,
maybe 1-0,
it should be just 1-0, not just the scandalous 4-0 whitewashing of England in the front of their own semi-finals. And Hungary is clearly, if you look at their ranking compared to, I don't know where you can side by side play Hungary with the three lion of England.
Ranking wise, England are among the top 5.
England are among the 5, but I can't even know where you place Hungary side by side with England. To beat England in their own fan, in the front of their own semi-fan, 4-0, 4 unreplied goal. So it shows that Coach Southgate is already winding down. He's winding down at the three lion. Because I don't think the English team will be able to contend with this one if this thing continues. Because if they beat you in the first match 1-0, one would have thought they would have by mistake. But the Hungary come to prove that that beat was not just a fluke, that they really missed this and they made it well.
Although, and for Southgate, is someone who, after Euros last year, actually was rewarded with a new contract to at least steer England to the World Cup in Qatar later this year, and of course, the Euro 2024. But the way it's looking, do you think England will terminate this contract in the middle of the way and not allow him go further? This could be excused as one of those, notwithstanding that some key players actually were missing, but sometimes these are not excuses in football. Why didn't you invite the likes of Rashford, Sancho were not included in the team? According to him, they are not good enough to get into this team. And people were saying you are using people like Bowen and some names who they don't really know. Are you saying those players are better than? So a lot of England fans were on its neck that there are so many players you could have called. But even the players, the usual ones, you said they were not good enough. So the ones you felt are good enough, now look at the shame.
But in this case, you can't give an excuse that some key players were missing. Because it's absolutely the choice of the coach. Because you can only give excuse for the coach if certain players that were missing were for one day, one reason or the other, injuries or one condition or the other. escape them from playing that match.
But in this case,
But
wasn't
when
injury.
it is absolutely the decision of
Who
the
made
coach
selection?
that those players were not good enough to
Yeah.
play, so you can't have you can't give them as an excuse that I miss a key player. So it's absolutely a decision to skip them out and to keep them outside of the match, feeling that he has the best, better than those ones who can deliver. But talking of either they are going to allow him to keep this job is another problem. But for me, yes, if you look at the Southgate, in fairness to him, in recent time, you can judge him as one of the best coach that I've handled in Lion. Sure. Because if you look at the art of from the Sam Allardyce, many coaches, all of them that have mentioned, McLaren, Ericsson, and all that. Yeah. So you feel that he's the best that at least show that Lions can play to a certain level, take them to the semi-final of the Russia 2018 World Cup, and then in 2 years later, it showed that even their semi-final qualification for Russia was not just a fluke. Play in the final of the European Championship, although they lost to Italy, but by just a fluke, because they lost that match on the penalty, and the penalty can be anybody's game sometimes. So, and that is why the England and the Eagles in their own magnetic feel that yes, he has done well to deserve to be rewarded with the extra contract and to keep on. But after just within 1 year into the new contract, and you started begin to humbling, so I don't know whether do I do other politics like keeping key players out of the team? Well, only God knows what he might form a decision. But either they are going to allow him to stay on is a different ballgame. But for me, I feel that England fans, just like in the typical Chelsea fan style, they are always impatient with the coach when they are not getting the result. So whether they're going to endure with him, so be it. But at the moment where they are down on the bottom line of the table in the Europe Nations League. So let's
find matches during the weekend. Well, yes, there you have it for now. That's where we draw the curtain on today's episode of Sports Orbit. But still, tomorrow again, we promise to bring you another exciting and refreshing episode of yet another edition of Sports Orbit. Salifu, thank you once again for hanging out in the studio with me.
thank you. It's always a pleasure.
All right. See you again tomorrow. Stay safe out there. I remain your host, Afa Acho, and bye-bye.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.